But I'll tell you why. I think you'd learn a lot more about the men and women because you'd get to judge the things about, well, how, oh, wow, he was really interrupting her. Did you see him step in front that way? That was really rude. I think it would be an interesting measure. But of course, that won't happen, and probably for good reason. But I also think that it reminds people, Scotty, of what you want to focus on in terms of they have to spray a lot of issues. And that means that you have a lot of opportunities in short segments to say things. To your earlier point, in case the audience didn't catch it, how important is it that these men and this woman know, here's what I'm going to say when this comes up. I'm not going to be distracted.
Well, it's extremely challenging, and let me just.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the
Derek
O'Shea stream as we get ready for the Republican debate, as we gear up for what is going to be an absolute shellacking, where Chris Christie just demolishes the competition, where Nikki Haley destroys everything in her heels. She is full ammoed up, and she is ready to roll. I'm excited. We're ready. $10 says Vivek just wipes the floor. We'll see. Will Ron DeSantis come out of no left field after destroying Gavin Newsom in the California debate? Will he actually bring that momentum, continue down the path that once was? Everyone get in your vote. Willie, how are you feeling, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see. I got new hair. I went to Turkey and I got a hair implant, and I'm feeling on top of the world. It's good to be back. We will be live streaming again starting tomorrow. Look out for that. I'm excited to get back in the swing of things. I freaking miss creating and having fun with you guys, with watching the world burn, my friends. Willie, do you think this debate will change your opinion at all?
Never Back Down is responsible for the content of this ad.
Nikki Haley admits.
The reason I got into politics was because of Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton is actually the reason.
So Haley raised taxes like Hillary, backs open borders like Hillary, did favors for Chinese companies like Hillary. Now the globalist Wall Street bankers who financed Hillary's campaigns are funding Haley's campaign.
You're a very liberal Democrat. I urge you, help Nikki Haley too.
I'm excited about this debate. I'm excited.
Nikki Haley shouldn't be president.
I got the Zima on tap. The Zima's ready. We're ready. We're having a good time. We'll put Trump in the corner.
In journalism,
not going to change.
Trust is everything.
Me neither.
All right, whenever you're ready.
It must be earned every
I feel like
day.
Sometimes I feel like these debates, it's just like it's my turn. I'm the moderator now. It's like, okay, yeah, you're going to be totally different. I mean, come on, man.
George is
getting upset. Just make sure we move some of these things around. Medea is always.
You crazy as hell.
Making sure Medea is feeling good. How are you, Willie?
News.
I belong to one party.
Drop a like if you're watching on YouTube. Drop a like if you're watching
perspective
on Rumble.
Helps the algorithms out
as we get back in the swing of things. It's been a while since I've been live. Feels good. Feels amazing. We're good. We're back in the swing. We're swinging. Get ready to swing tonight, fellas.
All right, thank you very much for joining us here. The big moment, the last chance for
huge
this woman
Chris
and three
Christie
men
moment
who want to be your president to make the case to you before the holy days as to why they have the goods. Thank you for joining us here at News Nation. We're very excited to be able to give you politics the way it should be delivered.
Always getting better. You know what I mean.
Debate that is about disagreement, but with decency. That's focused not on little discrete issues that only matter to the establishment, but about the issues that are a part of your life and your family's concerns every day. That's what we're hoping you take from this tonight, and then you get to make your own reasoned decisions. Now, after the debate, We will be back with the best in the business who have been there before to see who made the right points, who made a difference for themselves, and who did not. So now, stay tuned at the University of Alabama. History is about to be made.
I'm ready for this history. Who isn't ready for a little history lesson?
Thank you, Governor Christie. We are going to take a quick break, cool things down a little bit. When we come back, we're going to tackle issues on the southern border.
Vivek, just walk across the stage and punch him right in the face. I want to see it. God, that was freaking nuts. That was freaking nuts. Oh, I loved it. It's nuts. Getting embarrassed a little bit. Well, I mean, what do you expect, though? I mean, Chris Christie is on the stage. Chris Christie's on the stage, and his whole goal is to be a disruptor. I mean, that is what whoever's paying is for his campaign donations is there to just. His job is to shut up Vivek, because Vivek is a huge threat, and that is why they. I mean, that's why Nikki and Chris Christie both go after him. It's so obvious. So many people, I'm sad for the people that don't even recognize that. Like, there's a reason they all pick on Vivek, because his points resonate with the real Republican base of what it turned into because of Donald Trump more than the other candidates. And Ron DeSantis looked really good against Gavin Newsom, but I just... Vivek is a huge threat. I mean, he needs to keep his cool. Just let Chris Christie look like an absolute idiot. Like, turn up the heat, but I mean, he's right though. These people will send your children to war, and they don't even know the regions in which they would, like, your kids would die in. You know, oh my God, what commercial is that? What the heck? It just happened. Vivek is right. Chris doesn't know anything about geography of the attacks of New York, not New Jersey. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. Big Pharma. Cool. Fox hates him. That's why they keep editing the boo sounds in the background. Yeah, Fox hates Vivek. I mean, the idea of a competent speaker, they don't want that. Somebody that thinks through these issues, or, you know, that's like and is against the establishment. Anybody against the establishment, they immediately go after, because he would be a disruptor. And that's like literally, honestly, one of my biggest prerequisites for any presidential candidate is someone going in as a disruptor, because something has got to give at some point. We can't keep doing the same thing. It's just ridiculous. We're getting poorer and poorer, and it's getting harder and harder to live. Not the rich people. The rich people are doing great. So I'm always like amazed by how many people are just like talk about how good the economy is. I'm like, yeah, it's because you're rich. What are you talking about? I've edited better morning movies. Or just morning movies. What? Gold commercials, drugs, and whatever that guy with the shirt off. News Nation. Here at News Nation, we don't just have debates. We have all-out brawls. When you come on the News Nation, be sure to bring your gloves, because, God, we are going to punch each other in the face. And we're not going to be afraid of it. We're not going to hold back this time. News Nation. So what did Chris was hugging? What? Your Russian to English translation was... It got me, dude. So far, Nikki hasn't had a single good point. Chris Christie won't shut up. He's trying to be the voice of reason tonight. Daddy's home. Daddy's speaking. Vivek needs to relax a little bit. Ron is quiet. This is like Ron DeSantis' best debate so far was against Gavin Newsom. Other than that, he has been low T. Like he needs to get his voice in there. Step up, dude. Gold, drugs, and Jack Reacher. That's what they call Jack Nicholson brunch. Yeah, exactly. Dude, what is happening? Interest rates are bullshit. Oh, I think you just mean they suck. Everyone wants a 2,500 square foot house. They should have a 1,200 square foot fixer-upper. I think even those fixer-uppers in some cities are... I think it just depends where you live, you know? I think the problem was always, like, you know, the fastest growing cities don't have enough inventory, and because the interest rates are so high, it creates a horrible storm that makes people not be able to afford anything, even if you're making over $100K a year. And it's like, it just sucks. I'm gonna have to jump off the stream for a minute. Got a Zoom call. I got to do a Zoom call. What are you Zoom calling? What time is it over there, Jesse? Jesse, it's too late for a Zoom call. Too late. It's too much. I'm just trying to get my 10 acres for $40,000, and I'm just gonna put my tiny home on top, have a little, and then have my satellite radio and satellite internet, you know, provided by Starlink, and just live the dream, you know, away from you. I'm just kidding. What are we feeling about this debate? That second part was a little bit of lull, a little boring, little boring. Ron is starting to peak up, but like I almost want to like get rid of all these points. It's just like all their points are so blah so far, and I'm not. We're talking about the same stuff over and over again a little bit. I'm hoping the questions get better. Some of these questions have been so boring. What question do you want to hear? Like, if you guys were the moderators, imagine you are the moderator. Put yourself in Megyn Kelly's shirt and ask yourself, what question would I ask? Would it be would it be Nebraska steaks? Would it be icy hot? What question would you ask one of these candidates? I feel like I wish I could ask Chris Christie. Chris Christie, what are you doing here? Why do you? Who is funding your campaign? What's a question I would ask them? We are more divided than ever as a country, which could be a good thing. You know, it slows the government from going nuts. How are you going to reestablish the American spirit? The old American spirit that made us all love one another. I don't even know if that's a real thing. I feel like that's what somebody would ask. Nobody gives a fuck about fentanyl. I give about fentanyl. It affects people I know. So, fentanyl is one of the biggest issues in our country that no one wants to do. Addiction is huge. And we have people dying on the street. I think it's the homeless epidemic. If people don't like... what's the real answer? How do you fix? Is it to put people in mental health institutions? Is it to put them all on the island? Is it to ship them all to Venezuela? Like what is the answer for homeless people, for vets? And do we separate them between the mentally ill and the addicted and the people that are just scraping by and don't want to work? Like, how do you... Homeless thing would be huge for me. What is their net worth and how do they become so well off as Wes, I think that'd be a fantastic question. How did you become so rich? They would never answer that question. Hard work and dedication. It's not what you know, it's who you know. I mean, it's how hard you work in life. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps and get to work. If you can't afford that home, well, get on the board of Boeing, you broke bitch.
Welcome back, everyone. So you've all spent a lot of time criticizing each other on this stage, as Governor Christie pointed out, and less so for most of you on the front runner in this race, Donald Trump. We invited him to come tonight, as you know, but he didn't come.
No.
I'd like to ask you a couple questions about him now.
Thank you.
Ambassador Haley, former President Trump recently promised, if he's reelected, to bring back and expand his program restricting immigration from Muslim countries. Here he is in Iowa on October 16th.
No longer will we allow dangerous lunatics, haters,
super
bigots,
orange
and
in this picture.
maniacs to get residency in our country. We're not going to let them stay here. If you empathize with radical Islamic terrorists and extremists, you're disqualified. You're just disqualified.
Ambassador Haley, do you support President Trump's plan for ideological screening?
Well, I don't think that you have a straight-up Muslim ban as much as you look at the countries that have terrorist activity that want to hurt Americans. You can ban those people from those countries. That's the way we should look at it, is which countries are a threat to us. You look at what came across the southern border. What worries me the most are those that came from Iran, from Yemen, from Lebanon. Those areas where they say death to America.
Vivek's like,
That's where you
say
wanna
more
be careful.
countries.
It's not about a religion. It's about a fact that certain countries
You don't know
are
that many
dangerous and are
countries.
threats to us. A president has one job, and that's to keep Americans safe. And that's what we've got to do, is make sure that we have good national security in that process. And that's the way you should look at it, is where the terrorist threats are, how we're going to deal with it, and what we're doing about it. And the biggest threat we have right now is communist China. But you have to also look at what Iran and Russia are doing as well. And we need to be paying attention to that. That's why we have to focus on things like cyber, on space, on artificial intelligence, and not just the regular things that we've always focused on.
What just happened? Oh my God. It's a deal. It's an attack. What is happening? What just freaking, let's see if I can refresh it, see if this helps. Oh. What just happened to their stream? Don't worry, I got backups.
Every state's where we need it to be. There is ballot harvesting in places like Nevada, all these places. I am not going to fight with one hand tied behind my back. I'm going to have organizations in all the swing states. If they're harvesting, we're harvesting. If they're Zuckerbucks, we're Zuckerbucks. We are going to exploit whatever the rules are. I favor changing the rules to be like Florida and some of the other states that have done a good job. But until then, we have to do that. And then just on the Justice Department and FBI. I mean, I remember being, in Iraq working with FBI on the ground and being, and then I was a special assistant. I used to have such a high regard for these agencies. What they did to Donald Trump with the Russia collusion was one of the biggest abuses of power in the history of our country. These agencies need to be cleaned out. With me, you'll have a new FBI director on day one. We're going to clear out the DOJ, the IRS, all these places. Buckle your seatbelts. There's going to be a new sheriff in town.
Thank you. All right, we got to do a quick break. We're going to come back in 1 minute.
Did he just
China,
say that
up next.
twice? He just said that twice. Buckle your seatbelts. There's a new sheriff in town. His name is Ron. Buckle your seatbelts. What is everyone's thoughts? What if they fix their web? They did fix their website. Okay.
Violating election laws. The result of that, in both 2020 and 2022, we counted millions and millions of votes on election night, produced the results, it was transparent, and everybody was happy. That is not happening throughout this country. But let me tell you this as the nominee. I think it's important. Not every state's where we need it to be. There is ballot harvesting in places like Nevada, all these places. I am not going to fight with one hand tied behind my back. I'm going to have organizations in all the swing states. If they're harvesting, we're harvesting. If they're Zuckerbucks, we're Zuckerbucks. We are going to exploit whatever the rules are. I favor changing the rules to be like Florida and some of the other states that have done a good job. But until then, we have to do that. And then just on the Justice Department and FBI. I mean, I remember being in Iraq working with FBI on the ground and being, and then I was a special assistant. I used to have such a high regard for these agencies. What they did to Donald Trump with the Russia collusion was one of the biggest abuses of power in the history of our country. These agencies need to be cleaned out. With me, you'll have a new FBI director on day one. We're going to clear out the DOJ, the IRS,
it's gonna be
all these
me.
Places. Buckle your seatbelts. There's going to be a new
sheriff in town. It's
we
me.
Got to do a quick break. We're going to come back
Sheriff
in 1 minute.
Ron.
China, up next.
All right, the other stream is a little quicker. Let's keep it on this stream.
Wellness Company and their doctors are medical professionals you can trust, and their new medical emergency kits are the.
It's also loud. Oh, Sheriff Ron's in town. Ron is going to clean it up. What is the syllable thing, Les? What is the syllable thing for presidents? I just typed in like the longest, biggest name presidents I could possibly find. I know that Ramaswamy is way too long. It's too long for anyone. You'll never make it in show business, Vivek, with that name, baby. We need to change that to Nikki Haley. It's got more punch to it. It's got more pop. They're ballot harvest. Republicans should be better at how they play this game than just complaining about it, for sure. Very exciting stuff, though. This debate is... I can't wait for this debate. Donald Trump and... You think they'll even debate each other, Biden and Trump? I mean, seriously. I don't see that happening. Do you guys think that will happen? Do you think Trump will debate Biden? Do you think Trump will debate any Republican? I can't even put money on that either. Because why? I mean, he keeps going up in the polls. Whether the polls are real or not, that's another question. But Rumble offers a choice. Independent. Free from algorithms. But when you look up stuff on Rumble, you can't find anything. Rumble's search function is trash. They need to like really work on their search function at Rumble. I really like Rumble. I love the free speech, but God, their search functions and just discoverability. It's like the same 3 people are put up front every time. Let's see who's on the front page of Rumble. GOP, Power Slap, Rice Gum, Fresh and Fit. Gaming. 7 people are watching this. I gotta start my Rumble gaming channel. And my acting. Presidential debate. Where's me? Do they even show you? It's not me. I don't even say they. How you guys feeling? How are we feeling about this debate? I hope it kicks up. I hope we kick up a gear. All right, here we go. Chris Christie. It's coming in hot.
Displays of anti-Semitism on college campuses. These leaders, including the president of Harvard, were asked whether calling for the genocide of the Jews would violate school policies against harassment and intimidation. All of them said it would depend on the context, including whether that speech veers into conduct. How do you think these schools and the rest of society should balance the imperative of free speech against the need to prevent radical activists from harassing and intimidating others?
It was disgusting to see what happened. You know, if this had been the KKK that was doing protests on those campuses, every one of those college presidents would have been up in arms. This is just as bad. The idea that they would go and allow that kind of pro-Hamas protest or agree with the genocide of Jews and try and say that they needed context on that, there is no context to that. This is what we need to do to deal with it. First of all, we have got to get foreign money out of our universities. You've got Arab money, you've got Chinese money, you've got others. We need to go to every university and say you either take foreign money or you take American money, but the days of taking both are over. The second thing we need to do is Biden made a mistake not including anti-Zionism in the definition of anti-Semitism. If you don't think that Israel has a right to exist, that is anti-Semitic. We will change the definition so that every government, every school has to acknowledge the definition for what it is. The third thing is we really do need to ban TikTok once and for all. And let me tell you why. For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day,
a baby is born.
They become 17% more anti-Semitic, more pro-Hamas based on doing that.
What?
We now know that 50% of adults 18 to 25 think that Hamas was warranted in what they did with Israel. That's a problem. When campuses also don't go and protect when they have these rallies and you've got students that are scared, we need to go to these universities and say, if you're not going to protect these students, if you're not going to acknowledge anti-Semitism, we'll take your tax-exempt status away. That'll fix it, and that'll take care of it for good.
Staying with you, Ambassador Haley. On October 6th, The Israeli government thought it had a clear-eyed view of the threat from Hamas. In fact, according to the New York Times, it even had Hamas's attack plan and dismissed it as an aspiration. The Israelis were wrong. In our country, the FBI director told the Senate panel just yesterday that he sees, quote, blinking red lights everywhere, and that the threat level has, quote, gone to a whole nother level since October 7th. Which of the threats facing our country do you worry could blindside us?
What worries me and what keeps me up at night is what happens between now and Election Day while Joe Biden's in office. That's what worries me more than anything else. But I'll tell you that America right now is acting like it's September 10th. We better remember what September 12th felt like, because it only takes one. And whether you're looking at open borders that are allowing people to come in, Iran knows the easiest way to get to America is through the southern border, and we're not doing anything to stop it. We've got to get the foreign infiltration out of our country, whether it's in our schools, whether it's on our social media, whether it's we need to stop all foreign lobbying that's happening to members of Congress, and we need to start securing America again. Until we do that, we are going to be at threat. We've got to look at Iran, China, and Russia want to destroy the West. We have to start acting strong again. We've got to start protecting Americans. Right now, Americans don't feel protected, and we're not doing anything to strengthen it. So Joe Biden continues to be a problem. That'll change on Election Day.
Governor DeSantis, if China invades Taiwan, would you send American troops, as President Biden has said he would do?
We will be able to deter that from happening. I think that's the important thing. We need a strategy of denial so that we're deterring Xi's ambitions.
What if it doesn't work?
It's going to work. Taiwan's an ally. We have longstanding American policy, and you know how that's done, and we will follow that. But here's the thing. Taiwan is important not just because of semiconductors. It's important because if China is able to break out of this first island chain, they're going to be able to dominate commerce in the entire Indo-Pacific. They will use that to export authoritarianism all around the world, including here in the United States. You look at some of these guys, actually some of them that are supporting Nikki on worse.
We should not be bending the knee to this new religion. That is what it is. It is a substitute for a modern religion. We are flogging ourselves and losing our modern way of life, bowing to this new god of climate, and that will end on my watch. It's the most critical issue that's coming up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our country is in chaos. We see it on the southern border. We see it on our streets in our cities. We see it on college campuses. We feel it with our economy, with inflation and with debt. And we feel it around the world with wars in Europe and within the Middle East. We have to stop the chaos, but you can't defeat Democrat chaos with Republican chaos. And that's what Donald Trump gives us. My approach is different.
Okay.
No drama.
Oh.
No vendettas.
Okay.
No whining.
Oh.
I envision an America where we're protected from illegal immigration and Chinese infiltration. I envision an America where we unleash our economy and we reject socialism. But more importantly, I envision an America where we rediscover our national purpose and our pride.
Thank you.
I crushed Joe Biden in the polls. And if you give me this chance, we will crush him in November and take our
I will crush you.
Thank you, Ambassador Haley.
Woo, girl power, we're doing it.
We are in jeopardy of being the first generation of Americans to leave to our kids and grandkids.
Don't do the creepy
America
smile
less
at the end.
prosperous and less free than the one we inherited. I refuse to sit idly by and let that happen. But we got to have people that are going to be willing to fight the people that are doing this to us. You can't be these establishment Republicans that just cave at the first sign of opposition. I'll fight for you. We also need to win again as a party. Yes, win the election, which we've struggled to do, but also win on these big issues. And nobody has defeated these people more than what I have done in the state of Florida on issue after issue. We have won, and we have won big, and that's what we'll do for you. We also need leadership. Leadership is not about doing what's easy. It's about being willing to set out that vision, knowing they're going to shoot arrows at you. They're going to come at you. I will fight the good fight. I will keep the faith, and I will finish the race. Thank you, and God bless you.
Don't do it. Don't smile. They cut it. Vivek, DeSantis looked better than he's looked in a long time. Nikki is still Nikki. She had one decent point about the economy, and then Chris Christie is a waste. I think Chris Christie is seriously about to have a heart attack on stage. I don't know what was happening up there, but he started to slow down a lot, and I'm seriously, he's like, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I need to get some electrolytes, get some BCAAs, stat. God, get me my pre-workout. We need to get some freaking caffeine and some beta-alanine. We need to get ramped up. Vivek won. I mean, he started I was worried about him at the beginning, and then he came back through. He looks good still. Ron looked a lot better. But again, Trump's a nominee. Like, I know that, like, triggers people that like Ron DeSantis when I say that. But I mean, what do you? It's just like we're just like playing pretend games, you know. Wow. I'm surprised Nikki Haley hasn't attacked Vivek on religion. I think Nikki Haley was told to like cool it on the attacks of Vivek. It's like you can throw stones all you want, but you're doing the same exact thing you're claiming he is all about. So why do they keep bringing up Trump? That's dumb. You got to in some regard because he is the nominee, but also there is literally no point. I mean, and will all back him, you know, because so many of these people are so two-faced. Like, where somebody like me or Vivek, it seems like I can't. I don't know if I could ever be a politician. I can't just like lie to people like that and just like be okay with not acknowledging that I just flip-flopped right in front of you. Like, it would gnaw at me. It would break my heart watching my own soul be crushed. Guys, this was fun. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad to be back. I will be going live again tomorrow night. We are back doing live streams, baby. Look out for the live streams. It's going to be a little later than normal, but we're back doing live streams. I'm back. We're back. We are back. We are back. I got a new computer. I'm not going to have the dreaded blank screen. I'm not going to have slow computer interactions. It's fast. It's good. Trump equals rating. Oh, always. Yeah, even when I say Trump, even when I talk about Trump, it goes up in ratings. I mean, you always mention the name that's up higher. You never want to punch down. You want to punch up, and Trump is the one that's on top. It's an easier W because it turns heads, and Chris Christie is dumb. TikTok daughter. I do think it's interesting that, the TikTok thing is, I don't think there's just, you're scapegoating. There's other things that are so much more pressing in the world today, and we're talking about TikTok. It's like a lot of people use TikTok while they go poop, while they are heading to bed at night and they just want to relax. Sometimes you have a break in between stuff and you want to watch some funny videos. It's not all Hamas propaganda or whatever Nikki Haley was saying. Maybe that's on her algorithm. Maybe Nikki Haley has an algorithm of nonstop Palestinian and Hamas propaganda being pushed down her throat because that's what she actually believes in deep down inside. I don't know. But that algorithm is undefeated. Chris Christie was salivating at the idea of Trump arrest. Oh, 100%. 100%. He's trying to... He's like Geraldo, just trying to act tough. Look at me, I have a mustache. I'm the tough guy. God, shut up, Chris Christie. They got Geraldo on the prime. Yeah, they do. Geraldo was on Celebrity Apprentice. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they all love Trump until they're paid to talk badly about him. Then all of a sudden, Trump is like literally Hitler in disguise. I swear to God, he's literally the Hitler-esque person, I swear on my life. Every time I see him, it's sick. Geraldo right now is probably saying, I can't believe Trump didn't show up tonight. Can you guys believe it? He's such a weak person. He can't take anything. Some kind of stupid crap. stooges. Yeah, 100%. Hit the like button. Share the show. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'll see you guys live tomorrow night. I'll have some videos coming out. Hopefully you like my new Turkish. This is my new Turkish implant. I went to Turkey over the week. Got it implanted. So new hair. Who dis? Maybe one day we'll have a haircut. See it? It's real. It's real. Don't let anybody tell you differently. It's real. Turkish implant, it works. I highly recommend anybody that's, completely bald, like myself, full bald. I don't have any hair on my head, full bald. And I went to Turkey and got it done. I highly recommend it. If women can wear makeup, men can go to Turkey and get a hairstyle. Look at Chris Cuomo. He holds fake weights above his head and he pretends to do workouts. This full Chris Cuomo is backing Trump. Yeah, he is backing Trump, but whatever. Now you are beautiful. Thanks, Willie. Maybe next week I'll pull out my other Turkish get up. We'll see. All right, guys. I've had so much fun tonight. I appreciate every single one of you guys for joining me. Thank you so much. Hit a like on the Rumble. Thank you guys so much for in the chat. Thank you guys for making this a fun night. Tomorrow, the normal stream will be back, so it'll be more interactive and more. We'll be watching clips. We'll be watching shows. We'll be interacting with the news. I'll try to put together some stuff. Hopefully, it'll be a fun event. Hopefully, it'll be a good time. So look out for that live stream. I'll try to put that schedule up and all that kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. If the Cuomos get behind Trump 2024, it would be funny. There they are. There they are. Well, he's New York now. You got to back your New York candidate. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.